Well, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. And hopefully everybody's feeling that, sharing their love. We've got so much energy infusing in the past at least 2 weeks here. We talked last week, we had the flame dragon and the white dragons present, and this energy of shift and purification and activation and things moving. And what I find very interesting and beautiful that it aligns with red today for our Valentine's Day, but really holding red because I'm still feeling the presence of fire dragons around us. So hello to everybody that's new. My name is Araya Anra. I'm the dragon lady. I'm a guide here with the dragons for your ascension process. Excuse me. And like to come on live every week to answer questions you have as the dragons start to come into your journey. I don't know if anyone will go through a full ascension process without some awareness of the dragons because they hold the keys for us. But if you have questions, send me an email, shoot me a message, put it in the comments of any of the videos or a post into the group, because I love to make sure that you guys have the tools that you need to get you where you're going. I can only be a guide if there's specific things that you need to help you move forward. And I try to put a lot of tools out there. We've got a lot of tools on the website for you. There's guided meditations. There's the book in multiple formats, multiple languages. There's online courses. I've got the workshop coming up. Excited about that. I've got a really interesting group formulating that's done quite a bit of work already, and so I think it's going to be pretty powerhouse. 12 hours over the weekend of the 25th and 26th. We've got 2 6-hour stretches from 9 to 3 Pacific Standard time on that weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So for the registration price, it is both days, and getting excited to see where that goes. When I run a workshop or a class, I can usually have some idea of things that want to be covered or energies we're in right then, but usually the dragons will throw anything and everything into what they want to be brought forward. And so I always just align to the energy of one, what they want. But in a workshop situation, you guys have the opportunity to create it to be what you want to get out of it. So I'm going to let the group decide what kind of subjects they want to tackle, where they want to go with it, what kind of deep dive work do they want to do. So it's going to be pretty powerful. And if you haven't registered yet and you've been wanting to, shoot me an email. I'll send you the link, or I'll post it in the comments here of this video. Again, it's always in the For the Love of Dragons group. There is a post in there you can find through the feed. But let's dive in with that, because that's more preparation. I think it's interesting timing always when the dragons have me schedule things where that sits in the bigger picture. And so coming to realize that the energy that's been building since over a week ago with the fire dragon lineage is present. And now I actually had a whole new lineage revealed to me called the core fire dragons. A bunch of new information on that. Feeling definitely the fire dragons, base elemental fire dragons. Just a lot of that energy, and that energy is about purification. But when I sat with them and really said, all right, what is the energy? What do we need to share with everybody? That why you're here? Why is your presence really in the forefront right now? Because typically you help us go in, it's the power lineage, the black dragons in the fire lineage, and we go into a lot of deep dive work. But it's not just about seeing and releasing that work. It's really about turning and burning all that up behind us as we prepare for something new. And I'm coming to realize that with the equinox approaching and some different planetary alignments approaching at the end of March that we've discussed before, and some new information that's come, that they're really here to prep us for that, because we are really moving into a whole new cycle. Really loved hearing that from another source. I don't often listen to other things, but periodically people share stuff with me, or I check in with certain people that I trust their energy and the information they bring. And was able to listen both last night and this morning, because it's a fairly long one, to a new one put out by Magenta Pixie with Pamela Gregory, who's an astrologer. And she dove into a couple things and talked about what's coming, the information she's had from her sources with that equinox and with the astrologist aligning and just some other things. And it really, I guess, confirmed or put like the icing on the top of, or the sauce on the top of the sundae of what I've been getting of, we are really moving into a new cycle. And so this, all the flame and fire energy has been about prepping us for that. Really burning up the dross, really getting rid of that old energy. It's not serving. It doesn't want to be in your field anymore. You may feel like things are chaotic. We said last week, a lot of insights come in with the air dragon lineage that was in and around, and moving from that wisdom, that insight, so that you can let go and release and burn away. And as we go forward, allowing that to be fuel for the fire, fuel for what really propels you forward. That there's a lot of propulsion energy in that flame, in that fire, in that lineage, that power source that coming from your own fire chamber as dragon is what fuels creation. And we're in a cycle where we are literally preparing for whole new opening. I love and I will share the link to watch the Magenta Pixie one that I got to listen to, because she does touch on the expansion of the Dragon Ley lines. I do feel that's very relevant. That all of the work that we've been doing with all of the dragons for the last several years, particularly all of the activations we've done globally, the different things that different groups that my dragons are part of have been working on with other light teams around the planet. It is starting to show in the expansion of the energetic ley lines that the dragons hold, like those arteries around the planet, that those meridians are really activated. They're getting bigger. The energies are stronger within them. They're expanding, and others are noticing, like Magenta. She does mention it. So I will share that link in the feed later. I encourage you to listen to it. Just great information. Might give you some insights, especially with the astrological pieces. Something I'm really not honed in on astrology. I love to hear the perspective when it comes, but I have so much respect for astrologers, because the amount of information that they are seeing and able to weave together, it's just a different skill and a different way of weaving information than I have. So I have a whole lot of respect for it. But that said, she even mentions this opening, this new period coming from the 3 years that we've been in that started on the equinox back in 2020. So we've talked about that. I think I even touched on it again last week, that the last 2 years plus have been stripping the foundation, really laying groundwork, and now allowing gateways open. New Earth is here. We are moving into it, and it's going to be more and more people ready and able to access that. So if you're feeling a little chaos right now, feeling like, wow, I don't feel like stuff's moving forward. I feel like I'm in the trenches. I feel like I'm just like digging deep. I know some of us through December, even others through January, have felt that sort of deep night of the soul, going into maybe depressive cycles, feeling like, whoa, I'm lost again. What's going on? I'm in the trenches. And it's been that preparation, that really scouring of the back of the closet, going down deep into stuff and really letting the light shine on the back of that closet, so that you can really be ready for this up cycle, this up wave that's coming, that is another new gateway for us to move into, that is continually moving us forward. And so much progress happening, so much beauty within where we're headed, and the creation of New Earth, and all the things that all the people that are moving forward into that are going to be bringing forward, with new technologies, new healing modalities, new light healing modalities and energy work. I'm excited to see and be part of it. I know that's why we're all incarnate right now on this planet. We chose to be here at this time in the different age ranges that we are, because we had to come in the right energy. And I know, like for me, I'm in my 50s. I'm part of that first indigo wave of, all right, we're here to bust the walls down. And those that are following me, they don't have to bust the walls, but they're here to bring great things. And it's beautiful to watch the successive waves, and how we as predecessors will be able to stand back soon and watch the wave hit the beach, and the beautiful things that will get created from it. It's really just an exciting time. So I'm holding all of my fire energy here. I even have my Dragon Phoenix pendant that I bought when my son was born. Dragon on one side, Phoenix on the other, because my eldest is Phoenix energy. His name is actually Bennu, means Phoenix in Egyptian. And I got my fire dragon symbol pendant. I don't know if you guys have really paid attention to these. If you haven't checked in on the layer or gone through it in depth, I used to always bring these to workshops, and I haven't had a physical workshop in a long time where I'd always have books and pendants available. But these they're acrylic with the symbols of each of the 13 dragons that are in the book. So there's a whole set of 13, or you can buy one, you can buy a set of 3, you can buy a set of 4. And I just bring it up because having the energy of these symbols around you and in your field, just like the canvases, whatever tool that feels right to you, it holds that frequency around you. And I use them for my keychains. You can have them as pendants. A lot of people have them as pendants on their altars, that they've sent me pictures of what they're doing with them. And holding that, it just is that fire energy, constantly calling it in, feeling it present around me. I can always feel the dragons regardless, but I do feel like those vessels actually just like somehow bring that energy direct into contact with my skin, with my physical body. Because our big challenge on the ascension journey is always to get the energy vibrating all the way through into our cells, right? Our energy body picks it up. We're like, oh, yep, there they are. There's fire dragons. But are we actually breathing it all the way down and in? Because the emotional body, the mental body, and the physical body, they're lower, slower, denser in that order. And we are trying to raise them all up, particularly the physical, to start going through its physical changes as it goes crystalline. And so that's why I like to always dress and feel the color around me. If I have pendants or energy that matches that, I try to hold that space as well. I think I even chose some really what feels like fire energy to me in these earrings. It's just a way of really bringing that all the way in and down. And so whatever that is for you, whatever way you want to bring that energy in around you, maybe it's crystals in your hands that are associated with those dragons, I really encourage it, because the more you can amplify the energy, the greater, not just information, but the more effective you're going to be in moving forward more rapidly. And that's really what the dragons are about. They love efficiency. They love moving forward quickly. And man, take advantage of the firepower in the house right now, in the energy fields working with us. And I find it interesting because I know that we're moving into more water. We're moving into the Aquarian age. We've got some planets just moving into Aquarius. I learned on that interview with Magenta. And that is where we're headed, that heart line. Everything about our ascension process is anchored in the water lineage. It's anchored in the love lineage, which is the water and the sapphire and the crystalline, and that whole energy that activates our crystalline DNA. That's the whole process. Everything is brought into the heart, which is, a lot of people wonder, like, why were you the one that the book came through? Why are you the one of the 12 dragons of Mu that I've met finally a few others in my work, in my sessions, in my programs. I finally have had a few of the others come to light of Dragons of Mu. And in that time, in discovering them and finding others, I've sat with often, why was I the one? And it really revealed to me in one session one time that I was the one chosen by the council for this round of awakening, because there's been different ones over the history of the planet. When council came together, they voted, nope, this is a no-go, shake it up, we're going to start over. And that's happened multiple times. And I was on this round, and it was because this ascension process is really about going fully into the love frequency. And so the water dragon being the anchor of the council, to be the one to volunteer and say, all right, I'm going to be the one this round to wake up and gather everybody and say, all right, are we moving forward? And then to have that task of being the guy, being the one to wake up dragons all over the world, which I'm really grateful for. It's made my journey and my life so magical, especially in these circles of beings that I get to be a part of on a regular basis, as the dragons have found me, and the core dragon hearts, I call them, that are here as heavy hitters to do some bigger work. It's been incredible to work with them ongoing for the last several years, every month. So, whew, really grateful for them, but grateful for my entire dragon family. Those of you that watch these lives on a regular basis, who are here, I can see on screen. I'm always grateful, especially when you share it out, and that there's others that, they catch it on the replay, and that's fine, but they are still part of the group sphere. And it's moving that energy into an octave that is continually expanding and touching more and more people. And I know that because new people find the book, new people find my discovery calls. Constantly there's new entering the For the Love of Dragons group here on Facebook, or finding the YouTube channel, that there's something waking up on the planet that has hit a bigger surge point. And because they hold the keys to the awakening, everybody's going to find it at some point. They're going to find whether they are dragon, or they have a dragon show up in their field, or they're come to find out about that womb dragon that they need to access and connect with. It's a core aspect. So for me, it's just magical to be a part of this bigger family that is continually organically expanding and finding each other. There are times when I do discovery calls that it blows me away, because it doesn't matter what country they're in. I've had sessions from Malaysia and Singapore and Australia and all over Europe and Canada and all over the African, not all over, but Madagascar and South Africa predominantly, Egypt. I've had sessions with people in Egypt. It's amazing to me where the dragons are waking up. And when I meet some of them and I know them, that soul level knowing, where you're like, oh my goodness, I recognize you. I recognize your energy. Great to know that you're here. Always super exciting when those deeper connections get rediscovered. So wishing you a beautiful day of not only love and heart expansion, because it's Valentine's Day here in the realm of Earth, but because in that you're being gifted with the fire dragons, the amount of love they want to bring for you, to help you burn some stuff up, move into propulse forward in your journey of, maybe you even have some creations that you feel birthing coming out into March, coming into that. For us, spring weather is a perfect time for that pushing forward, that birthing energy, and wishing that for you. So if you have questions, please send them. If you've been wanting to schedule a discovery call, go to the Book Now button on the homepage, or a 20-minute dragon reading or a full session. They're all on there, as is the workshop. So it's the Book Now button on the homepage of dragonwithin.com that will take you to the page of all the offerings, and you'll see the workshop, you'll see discovery calls, dragon readings, full 75-minute readings. All the different choices are there. And it's a great resource. It's a great way to always know, like, oh, I know where to go. Keep that link when I know down the road I'm going to need something. I don't need it right now, but I know I'm going to. So keep that link, the Book Now button on the dragonwithin.com homepage, and just go peruse the lair. You might feel like some of the symbols are really catching you right now, and having that on your keychain where you look at it every day is going to remind you, like, yep, crystal dragon's with me. I'm going to drive the crystal dragon right, and I'm going to breathe it in. You never know how they're going to hit, but having them in your field consistently always helps. All right, have a great week, everybody. Much love to you on this beautiful day of celebration of love, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.